Hey guys, it's Running Out 1001, and I'm here for a review of Marvel's The Eternals. So there will be some slight spoilers in this. I'm not gonna get too far into it. But if you don't want any spoilers at all, then be sure to click off right now. Alright, so I think overall this movie wasn't bad, but it's definitely low tier MCU for me. Um, I think they just had way too much going on. Like, there were so many characters. And I'll admit, they did a pretty good job at making all of the characters different and giving them enough screen time and giving them different motivations. But I still think there was too much. We don't need 10 Eternals. And also, I think they spent way too much time introducing each one. Maybe like half of the movie was just rooting. Like for the Avengers movie, the original, they didn't take that long to do that. And yeah, there's only six, but they didn't take that long to do all six. Like pretty soon, all of the Avengers were together and they were dealing with the problem. But for the Eternals, they took way too long introducing each character. They took way too long bringing everyone together to deal with the big problem the big conflict that was going on. So, yeah, that was a big problem for me. I think it has way too much going on. But I will say that I like that they were able to give each character different personalities. All of them, or most of them, had some sort of importance and some sort of arc. Um, so yeah, I think also another thing, the deviants in this movie. Let's talk about the deviants. I think they were ultimately not that important. Like, I think it would have been totally fine if the deviants weren't in this movie, or maybe they're just in there as like the reason that the Eternals came to Earth, or the reason they thought they came to Earth. But I don't think we really needed them in the movie. I think they didn't add that much to the movie. Um, except for, spoiler alert, this is a big spoiler, so yeah, spoiler alert. Killing a few of the characters. That's really the only thing they added to the movie, but I think they could have done that in better ways. Also, this movie, I think it's like way too long, right? Because I'm not opposed to a long movie like Avengers Endgame was 3 hours. It was really good, but if you're gonna make it long, make it exciting. Like they did way too much talking about stuff and all that, and even when we got to the action, I there was still like too much going on. There's so many characters running around, running here and there. Like it was it was a lot. So yeah, overall I like how they did the conflict between all of the Eternals and that they each had sort of different personalities. And yeah, we were able to feel like we sort of knew all of them to a certain degree, but I think there were just way too many characters, and the movie is way too long. It started getting boring. It's like, okay, are we gonna start? Are we gonna finish yet? Like, yeah, it was way too long. So now let's talk about post credit scenes. Um, I wasn't. I'm not too excited about them. Um, Probably because both of them have to do with new characters that we haven't seen in the MCU before. Um, and by the way, for the second post-credit scene, the new character I'm not talking about is Dane Wynn. I'm talking about Blade, played by Mahershala Ali, and yeah, that was not Nick Fury, which is actually what I thought at first. That's not him. It's been confirmed by Chloe Zhao, the director, that is Blade. So yeah, and then in the first post credit scene, I personally preferred that one because I was like, okay, what's going on here? There was suspense. Um, but yeah, like coming out of this movie, I'm not like super excited. It's not like Black Widow where the movie itself wasn't amazing, but I saw the post credit scenes and I'm like, okay, I'm really loving this. Um, not really that same feeling. So yeah. Okay, so I'm almost done, but now I'm gonna put the Eternals into my MCU rankings. All right, so the Eternals is gonna go at number 24, right under Black Widow. I'm gonna say I like Black Widow more because, again, like it didn't have too much going on. We focused on a few characters, and they did really well with their story arcs and making them likable characters, right? In the Eternals, there was way too much going on. So, yeah, I prefer Black Widow to this, and Eternals is my least favorite entry into Marvel Phase 4 that we've had so far. So yeah, it's pretty low down there in the rankings. But again, it wasn't terrible. I'll give it a 6.75 out of 10. Um, there's definitely good stuff to it, but I think there was too much to it and it was too long. So, anyways, that's it for this review. Thanks for watching and goodbye.